wait a minute to actually full on start. Yeah, let Stream Elements catch up. All right. Before I actually do that, it'd be smart to do that first. Display capture. I think it's game capture that I'm looking for. Okay. Okay. We'll play this first. Oh boy. Oh boy. I knew I should open this stuff before actually. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So if I click to here. I don't know. Okay, that looks a bit better. Still looks a little off. Dang, I have no idea what it is. There it is. There we go. Why is that only taking like a small portion of the screen? Okay, there we go. Okay. I think that should do. We're playing the demo first because the demo is nothing like the actual game. So, I've seen videos on the demo. I know exactly what's going to happen, but it's just fun and funny. Okay. Have to click. Oh, I say I've seen videos on it. It's been a while. It's been a couple years. I've on purposely waited a couple years since I forgot.
Welcome to the Stanley Parable demonstration. Your number is 28. When your number is displayed, please enter the demonstration room.
What if I just wait?
Thank you, and have a pleasant demonstration.
Okay. I guess I'll go in. Can't jump. I guess I'll just sit here. It's good to wait. Patience is key. There's no point in waiting. I'm aware of this. Oh, almost there. Okay, it's my turn.
Oh, hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Stanley Parable live demonstration.
Yes.
It will be my pleasure to guide you through this sneak peek at what to expect in the Stanley Parable.
Yes.
A tease, just enough to leave you hungry for more. How
Yes.
exciting.
Yes.
Can't you just feel that nervous tension?
Yes, I
The
can.
looming uncertainty?
I'm
Why
always
don't we
nervous.
drink in the anticipation for a moment, just for 20 minutes or so?
Yeah.
Please, for just 20 minutes, don't move or act in any way. Simply remain motionless and let the thrill of demoing the Stanley Parable wash over you.
Okay. Stand completely still. I'm assuming that even if I wait here, I've never actually seen someone wait for 20 minutes in this thing. They just kind of like wait for you to move.
Oh, wait, I've got it. You know what would really ramp up the anticipation? If I gave you a little tour of the facility.
Yes.
And show you how we make video game demonstrations. Yes, you'll be simply out of your mind with anxiety. Come along this way.
Okay. I guess it happens either
This
way.
is where I and the other proctors have been working meticulously to construct a demo that explains clearly and concisely exactly what the Stanley Parable is, how it plays, and why you should spend real-world money
Yes.
on the main game.
Already have.
Video game
On the old Philips,
demonstrations are
actually.
tricky, and without the proper technology, you run the risk of the player having no idea what to expect in the full version.
Yeah.
Here is one such technology. These buttons are meant to convey the meaning of choice and the impact of the decisions you make. After all, choices carry tremendous meaning and consequence. Didn't you know that? Go ahead. Why don't you try picking one of these buttons to press, and we'll see what your choice says about you.
I'm kind of sad that Rock's not here yet, because Rock would love this. Loves the joke at the end of this.
How fascinating. Did you know that 94% of all people who select that particular button are sexual predators?
Really?
You see, our
You don't
choices
say.
really do illuminate the very intangible nature of our minds and souls.
You don't say.
Okay, what else can I show you then? This place is the buffalo of game design. Nothing is wasted.
Demo status.
This device tells you whether or not you're inside a video game demonstration. Somewhere around here, there's also a device that tells you whether or not you're inside a device that tells you whether or not you're inside a video game demonstration.
Really? Interesting. Ooh.
One of the most important parts of administering any demonstration is pumping up your ego and appealing to insecurities about your sense of self-worth. That's why we use this room to develop cheap compliments to shower on the player during the demo. Go ahead and press that button to see some of the superficial flattery we've been cooking up. My heavens, I've never met someone who can consume as much uranium in a single sitting as you can. Just look at you go.
Thank you.
Of all the people I know who are playing this exact demo at this exact moment and standing in this exact room, your performance is easily in the top 5,000.
Really?
Top 4,700 even. I won't go as far as 4,600.
Fair enough.
Let's see. Oh, this is embarrassing.
Oh.
I really can't think of anything else to say. No. You've really exhausted my list of compliments.
Wow.
Goodness, that was fast. Either you or this department has a lot of room for improvement. Okay then, what's next? Now, I think you'll find this exciting.
Yes.
We've actually developed a wall that you can walk through.
Really?
Go ahead, give it a shot.
Usually this would just mean don't add collision to a wall.
Oh, guess it's still in development. Right. Okay, moving along.
Oh well.
How's the anticipation? Still feeling it?
Yes. Yeah, motions booth. It's a bit of
Now,
how to
here's
remember
what we
those.
use to convey story. These booths convert text from a story into raw emotion. Go ahead, step into one of them and feel the sheer power of narrative exposition.
Happiness. Just emotion booth. Courage.
Now, we have to save at least a few emotions for the full game.
Confusion. And embarrassment. But here we have discovery and despair. We'll go with despair.
Where did these cliffs go? These crags that we stood upon, they shielded us from our own ignorance, spoke coddling words and wrapped our vulnerabilities in a woolen cloth that so many times I tried to set aflame. If I knew these comforts now, would their fibers be any more sensitive to the heat of my touch? Perhaps it was the cold I desired most of all. That empress to whom my flesh was always invisible. A hammock for the bones, waiting to be touched and to be known.
Now for discovery.
It was though, and within the shame he carried that ocean breeze did drift. The fierceness of the tides, the inevitable collapse of their kingdoms, washed ashore, bereft of shame, martyrs devoid of a cause, ripping and tearing at the eternal seams. A vessel without a captain, carrying itself like plastic in the wind, hinting at a purpose that was truer in some distant memory, if only it could decipher through time's veneer whose memory it wanted to be.
Love this game so much.
Oh, you went in both booths?
Yes.
Oh, how vulnerable of you. If at any point during the demo you need to cry, just let me know and we can take a minute.
Of course. Final choice.
Ah, now this room is perhaps the most important you'll encounter in the demo. This is where we determine whether or not the demo has been effective, whether it's conveyed the wit and soul of the Stanley Parable in such a compelling way that you reach immediately for your credit card to purchase the main game. Oh, I must say I'm so excited to hear your response. I really do think we've crafted something special here, and I look forward to hearing whether or not you agree.
I don't want to cut the narrator off.
No! What are you doing? You can't make that decision yet. You haven't played the demo.
Of
We've put
course.
so much work into this demonstration. Wouldn't it be a shame if you rushed right into making a purchasing decision? And there you have it. Everything you need to know about how video game demos are made.
I cut him off on accident.
However, it's still important that we address safety concerns. Please closely observe the following possible negative side effects of playing the Stanley Parable. If you agree to be held 100% responsible for any and all injury or
Becoming the
long-term
sun.
damage, mental,
Thinking
physical,
it's
or otherwise,
Tuesday,
that
that's
may
crossing
occur
a
while
line.
playing the demo, please do not press the large red glowing disagree button at this time.
Okay.
Nothing? No objections? You're quite sure about that? Oh, well, all right then.
I do kind of
In the
disagree
event
with
that
the
you
thing
do
it's
experience
Tuesday
one
thing,
or
but
all of the previously
whatever.
listed symptoms, let's establish a signal for you to convey to me that you wish the demonstration to be terminated.
Okay.
Please step into the dance perimeter.
Okay.
Please perform a dance. Your dance has been recorded.
Okay, thank
In
you.
the event that you feel confused or disoriented by anything you see inside the demo, perform that dance and I will terminate the demo immediately. Right. All preparations have been made. It is time at last. Are you prepared for the Stanley Parable?
Let's do this. Exciting.
Oh, wait, what? What are we doing here?
Welcome to the
Did we not...
Stanley Parable demonstration. Your number is 29. When your number is displayed, please enter the demonstration room. Thank you, and have a pleasant demonstration.
Good to know.
Okay, I'm lost. Let's just get back to the green room and start the demo again. I must have done something wrong the first time.
Well, I can't yet. It doesn't say 29.
Okay, you know that no one is checking numbers, right? You can just go.
No, I
You could do
can't.
it right now, literally right this second.
My number is
I don't know how
29.
no one ever figures this out. We could be
Narrator.
back at the demo by this time.
No.
Are you enjoying this?
Yes.
Watching numbers tick down slowly.
Yeah,
Well,
kind of.
please, don't let me stop you. If somehow you're associating the joy of this room with the joy of playing the Stanley Parable, then by all means, continue. The full version of the Stanley Parable contains all the ecstasy you are now experiencing
My
and
number's
so,
29.
so much more.
Narrator, I don't think you understand. Hello, Bean. How you doing today? It's been a while, yes. How are you? I'm currently waiting for my number to show up, 29. Narrator's being a bit impatient. You okay? That's good to hear. $28. Almost there.
And we can move on now.
Yes.
The demo. Okay, here we go. The Stanley Parable demo, take 2.
Yes.
Finding the demo, learning exactly what the Stanley Parable is. Here it comes.
Oh yeah, and Bean, we're playing the demo because the demo is nothing like the actual game, and it's like hilarious. So I wanted to play both. Imagine if it just slipped you through that. That would have been funny. Yeah, it just goes 28, 30. Yeah, Stanley Parable demonstration. Ooh, this looks exciting.
Oh, wait, what's this?
8.
Ooh.
8.
Wait. This is all
8.
wrong. This isn't the Stanley Parable.
8.
This is a game where you press a button and it says 8.
What?
Not only
8.
is the Stanley Parable not a game about continuously pressing the number 8, I can
8.
guarantee that this button does not appear anywhere in the main game. Why
This
is
shows
it
up
here
in one
instead
place.
of the demo for the Stanley Parable? Where did
It's
the
an
demo
achievement.
go? There was an actual demo here before. Something has gone wrong. It's all gone horribly wrong. We need to get you out
Change
of
my
here before you
glasses.
start forming impressions of the Stanley Parable based on whatever the hell this 8 game is. We need to get up. We need to start over. You mustn't stay here another minute. Out, out, out. Go, go, go.
8. 8.
Just a second.
Now, I think perhaps you've misunderstood me, so let me reiterate as clearly as I can. This is not the Stanley Parable.
It's not?
What you are doing is pushing a button over and over that does nothing but speak the word 8. Has that gotten through?
Yeah.
You may be continuing to
8.
press this button under the impression you're playing the Stanley Parable right
Yes.
now. An assumption that is, I should remind you
Says right
again,
there.
entirely erroneous.
8.
Fine. One more.
8.
Yeah, I've seen videos of the
Imagine
game.
if
It's
this
very
hadn't
different.
been the demo. What would you have been thinking? You'd have left with no idea what the Stanley Parable is about. None whatsoever.
So what do I do now? Do I go back? Oh, the door closed. I guess I like to maybe go all the way back. It's been a while since I've seen the
Welcome to the
Yes,
Stanley
yes,
Parable
yes. We heard it all the first time.
and the second time.
Okay, now let's take a minute to get something straight here. When you sit down to play this demo, you are assuming an amount of responsibility for its outcome.
Okay.
Now, I can't say for certain whether you caused us to encounter the 8 game rather than the Stanley Parable, but I think it's a pretty safe assumption that you had something to do with it.
Ouch.
At this time, please take a minute to think about all of the mistakes you've made in playing this demonstration, as
Okay.
well as your lack of respect for demo taking in general.
Okay. I've made so many mistakes in my life. I keep going to the gorilla. I've just made so many
Wonderful.
mistakes.
I could really feel the introspection on my end. Now that we're all on the same page again, I feel ready to attempt the demonstration once more. In this third attempt, we shall truly come to understand the meaning of the Stanley Parable.
Okay.
Let the demonstration begin.
Okay. Eating pure chocolate milk powder. I hope it tastes good. I'm assuming since you're eating it that it is. How long I'll be able to stay? Well, I'm glad you were able to come, Rock. How are you doing today? Also, you are first. Congratulations. This way. Okay. Oh.
No, it
I
can't be
did
over
it.
yet. You didn't see anything. Everything that was supposed to demonstrate why the Stanley Parable is a quality
it, guys.
experience worth your time and money. It was here somewhere, I'm sure of it. Oh, no. We have to get out of here. We have to find something for you to do, anything. The demo cannot end like this. Hurry, this way. Okay, yes.
Okay, storage.
This is new. This is different. Surely there must be a game somewhere in here. Okay. Oh, how about this cup? Yes, go pick up the cup.
Okay.
All right, now put it,
Parable demo.
in the bin.
In the bin.
You did it! You won! Do you know
Yes.
what you get for winning? An achievement. Wow, the Stanley Parable just keeps getting better and better.
Video
In
games.
fact, let me take a little survey of your experience. Based on what you've played so far, would you purchase the Stanley Parable?
Absolutely. That was so much fun. Can I do it again?
You responded,
What a clear and straightforward demonstration of the merits of the Stanley Parable. I am convinced of the quality of the full game.
incredible. You really do get it. You understand. Oh, I was so worried. I just wanted you to know what I see in the Stanley Parable, what I think makes it, well, special. It's so very difficult to put into words. Oh, we're all beyond that now, aren't we? Come along, let's get to the end and the final choice.
Sorry, someone entered the room. Bean, I'm sorry. There we go. I'm sorry you feel sick, Bean. Hope you feel better. Does it turn into chocolate milk in your mouth? I'd assume not. It's chocolate spit. There's no milk. Fair enough. Just chocolate powder. Sounds nice. Yeah.
Ending, where are you? Where are you? Is this it? Yes, the end. Now, this is where we want the demo to be over. And I think it's time for you to log your final decision as to whether or not the Stanley Parable is any good. And it all comes to this.
Okay.
Please consider very carefully before answering. Much is at stake.
Demo in progress. I 100% loved it.
Is it working? Are you sure? You sure you pressed the button? What? No, we finished the demo. Did it start again? Hello? Is anyone there? They already finished.
Yeah.
They said they liked it.
Yeah.
I need someone to stop the demo. Hello? We need to go back. We need to get out of here.
Oh.
Oh no, what's going on? Where is everyone? Okay, over to the left, down this way.
Weird.
Oh, Nice and quiet.
Are you having
Finally.
fun? I am having
Well, I
fun.
suppose we can both agree that I failed, haven't I? My job was to be a teacher, and I so badly wanted to teach you exactly what the Stanley Parable is supposed to be, but somehow I couldn't. Well, at any rate, I don't know if I care for the Stanley Parable anymore. Do you think any of this is actually in the main game? Honestly, I doubt it. What would that even look like? No, I think I've had enough of it. No more doors, no more demonstrations, no more endings. That's the other problem with this game. There's too many bloody endings. I'm sick of them. How can one game end so many times? It doesn't make sense. Oh, but back at the beginning of the demonstration, now, that was lovely. No concerns about where it was all going. No confusion. Just a blank slate. Yes, that's what I want. A game of beginnings. Hey, do you remember, just a few minutes ago, when we met for the first time, and I showed you the technology used to make the demo, because I thought there actually was a demo. Oh, we were so naive back then. How little we knew of the world.
Yeah.
And then when we ended up back in the waiting room,
Yeah.
even though you'd already done that before,
Yeah.
yes, it's all so fresh in my memory. They were such wonderful moments. Oh, and then when we played the game with the cup and you won, and then we kept wandering and we ended up in a stairwell somewhere, and we just kept climbing and climbing, flight after flight after flight. I thought they would never
stuff
end.
never actually happened.
And then we were on some kind of catwalk.
Yeah.
I didn't have any idea what was down there. Did you? And we just kept going, and we found that elevator, and it said escape on it. And we talked about it for a while, about how we couldn't possibly know whether this was really an escape, but that it seemed worth a try, and at the very least it would be an adventure. So we got inside, and we rode the elevator up and up and up. We had some sense that the end was coming, but we couldn't possibly know when. And then after so long, it finally stopped, and we stepped out into the lush outdoors, the trees, the wildlife, the sun rising on a new and glorious path. Freedom. We were free. There was nothing to think, nothing to know. Simply us being right there in that moment. Wasn't it so beautiful? Wasn't that moment so singularly, piercingly beautiful?
I mean, you made it up, but yeah.
We were free.
Here we are. Yes, I am having fun, Rock. Thank you for asking. I've been wanting to play this game for years. Out now. That's what we're playing next. Okay. Now we're switching to the actual game. Yeah, and Rock, if you're wondering, the demo is like literally like the story is nothing like the actual game, and that's why I decided to play the demo. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. Crows, crows, crows. Please choose a screen and subtitle language. Well, I've lost my mouse. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? No. Please adjust the computer is barely visible. Please enter the current time. 3:55. That would make more sense. It's annoying because I can't see my mouse. Computer, yes, there was a computer on the left that, yeah. Okay, I have to get down to a store. Okay, bye, Rock. Settings can be the main menu. I've lost my mouse again. Okay, here. Oh, this. Look at this. Okay. Audio.
This is the story of a man.
Just keep it all like that. Motion. 1080. Got it. Begin the game, shall we? My brightness was down. I couldn't see it at all. Wow. I like this game. Yeah, I really like this game. Like I said, I wanted to play this for years. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow.
How odd.
No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Yeah, I have not seen anything. I have made sure I am 100% have no idea what is in the Ultra Deluxe, so I am so excited. But Bean, you want to know an ending that I doubt you know?
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait.
Yes.
Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come.
Yes.
Eventually, someday, they would arrive.
Of course.
Soon, Very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Yeah. I've seen all of the endings, dang it. So have I. Yeah, and of the Easter eggs, yeah. It was months ago, so memory is quite fuzzy. Yeah, I made sure that after the Ultra Deluxe was released, or after it was announced, I mean, I made sure not to watch anything Stanley Parable related. I have not seen... I made sure definitely don't see anything in the Ultra Deluxe. I am clueless of that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I gotta at least try. People always say it's hard to... Okay.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map,
Yes.
until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along.
Of
He
course.
then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Absolutely.
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No. Never.
Ah, then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer?
Yes.
Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option?
That's true.
Clearly, this whole gag takes some time.
Yeah.
What if the other option is even longer?
Oh, it is.
How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones.
Indeed I am.
Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky.
Aw.
Well now, I've built up the other options so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
I think I'll just sit here for forever. Never seen that, but Is yes longer? Yeah, it is. Okay, not quit the menu. Begin the game again. Now we're just gonna.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I just want
Stanley
to see every
decided to
single
go to the
ending.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I think they made it easier because people always talk about how
At
tough it was.
first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map,
Yeah.
until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary
Yes.
into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes.
Yeah.
So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
I think the right decision to click no again.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now.
That's true.
You could have done it just then.
Yeah.
Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
That's what I mean by it's longer. Yes, literally goes on for
There
hours.
was a man named Stanley.
I'm not going to wait for the entire time.
who people considered so manly.
And pretty manly.
But the truth must be told,
Yeah.
he was not very old.
Dang right.
And was quite particularly gangly.
I don't even know what that
Stanley
means,
liked
but I don't
most
want
was
to know.
buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton.
Yeah, I would listen to the entire song, but like I just said, it goes on for hours. So we're not doing that.
All
Like-
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The only one that I think goes on for longer, if you've seen the ending where you have to press a button for 4 hours straight, that ending I think is the only one that's longer than that one.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Oh, weird.
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement?
Of course.
Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth?
Yes.
No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now, suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 20 more times, maybe.
I have to say, I'm still not feeling the satisfaction of
Yeah.
witnessing true effort for a noble cause.
Yeah.
Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks. No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley.
Okay.
I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost.
Okay.
Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417? Ooh, great. Now, go click a few times on door 437.
437.
Excellent. I think we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
Now, door 415. Let's give it 10 clicks or so.
415. I don't want to go too far. Because if you go too far, I might get locked in. 415, they said? Oh, no.
Now, back to door number 437.
Yeah.
Let's see. How about you click on, well, I don't know, the copy machine?
Yeah.
All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
I think that's the one in the hallway.
Okay, now go climb on employee 419's desk.
419's death. It was 418 just there. Yes. Huh. I know what that is.
Yes! This
Okay.
is great!
Yes.
You're putting it all on the line, Stanley. I like that.
Yes.
All right, let's keep it up. Go give me a few clicks on door 416.
416. I think that's the one over there.
Whee! We've almost got it!
Yes.
Now the copy machine, do that one again!
Absolutely. Copy machine. Copy machine. Copy machine.
Finish it off, Stanley! 5 clicks on door 430!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes! We did it!
I got 2 achievements.
Wow. That felt amazing. Oh, you really earned it, Stanley.
Yeah.
Nothing could hold you back. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm very proud of how far we've come today.
Yeah.
Just think, only a few minutes ago, you believed an achievement was worth 5 little clicks.
Yeah.
Really now? What were you thinking?
What was I thinking? Yeah, that's the achievement for click 430 5 times, as well as get your first achievement. So I just got 2 at once.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Should I go with the door on my left or the door on my right? I'm thinking of going a bit rebellious. I'm gonna go with
This was
right.
not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah.
Yes,
It looks so much
truly a
brighter.
room worth admiring. It had really been
Could have
worth
to do
the
with the
detour
lighting
after
thing I set
all,
up.
just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Yeah.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Yeah. I could just close the door on it, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna
But
continue.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Now, my love for the confusion ending makes me want to go over there, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stop
Stanley was
myself.
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Over here.
There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
You didn't know about the achievements? That's the only achievement I actually was aware
This is it,
existed.
Stanley. Your chance
Because it's
to
just
redeem
hilarious.
yourself. To put your work aside.
Okay.
To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Yeah. Cigarettes. Alright.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
That's another ending I am aware. You see, but who the heck would like me enough to... No one would marry
As
me.
Stanley picked up the phone, a white light engulfed him, filling him not just with radiance, but with hope. Hope for a life reunited one... Wait. Oh, goodness. Stanley, did you just unplug the phone?
Yeah, nobody would
No,
fall in
that
love
wasn't
with me.
supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly?
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Yeah.
Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another.
Yeah, but see-
Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits.
No one would want to be my
Not
wife.
picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it.
I would...
How had I
Dark.
not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley.
No.
You're a real person.
I am definitely Stanley.
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely.
true.
It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did
Sorry.
you not grasp the severity of the situation? Well, I won't have that kind of risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Okay.
Please observe this helpful instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario,
How
a
many am I going to today?
hypothetical
As many
real
as
person
possible.
named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people.
Yeah.
Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read. Which choice would you make? Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real.
Oh.
Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking.
Okay.
Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back, sack, and crack."
Bean.
Excellent.
Is it already
Making
4:30?
choices on a regular
Sorry, I
basis
should be
is the
going-
best
going to have
part
a
to a
back,
healthy
sack, and
decision-making
crack.
process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day.
Only 8?
Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a significant contribution to the world, just remember that in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor will guide you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
I'm just gonna go through as many deaths as possible.
Welcome back.
Oh.
You may have noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative contradiction. But not to worry. Now that you're properly informed on good decision-making, we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
It's 3:14. Okay, so I guess my watch is a bit slow. Okay, I am insignificant. Okay, you're not insignificant, Bean. No, I was making a joke, and you're the only person in chat. I swear. I know this does nothing.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying.
But it'd be funny.
Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We
I think
just need
Romeo
to
and
get you
Juliet
home
kinda
as soon
did
as
that.
possible before the narrative contradiction
It's just
gets
the story
any worse.
ended for some reason,
Unfortunately,
even though there
it
was
seems
clearly
this
more
place
story
is
to
not
tell
well
there.
equipped to deal with reality.
I have to do something. Where is it? It's here. I know it is. Where is it? Huh. I don't know where it is. There are 3 dots somewhere in that area. Similar to a game that one of the creators made later on. It's like an important thing in that story. Jump, jump.
Almost
yeet.
there. You'll take the door on the left, back to the correct ending, the story will have resolution once again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
I know, right? Jumping out of the platform would be so much fun. It's weird that I haven't seen anything like different. that
Now
would,
remember,
like, change.
all you need to do is behave exactly
how the
as
game would
Stanley
go.
would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first.
Okay.
I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task.
Okay.
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Ah. I must stop myself. Downstairs.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Of course.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Yeah.
Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out. Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
Night Shark 115. Yeah, that's a reference to one of the earlier betas of the game. Oh, that's dark.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Go right again. What happens if you go right from that
I'm
point?
sorry,
You'll
is
see
there
in
a
a second.
problem? You didn't mishear me, did you? Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
No. What I think I should do is see what's behind the other.
Okay,
one.
fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You... behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This is the exact same point and the exact same question that we had before. So, if I go left, you'll see. I should be booted back. I think.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
What?
Feeling a wave of disbelief,
There it is.
is behave
I
exactly
get booted
as
back
Stanley would.
to this point
That
again.
means
It
choosing
does not allow me
responsibly
to go
and
left
always
again.
putting the story first.
And if I go
I'm
right,
quite sure you'll be up
it
to
would
the
be the-
task.
it'll-
Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Can you shut up?
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. If I went right in that first thing, it's the exact same situation as if I go right now. So you'll see.
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
I just can't help but think that's a code. I've been thinking that for years. I think I even tried to solve it once, but I couldn't.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work. Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that? I can't erase that knowledge. I'll have to live with it forever, reliving its impossibility forever. I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
No more tourists, pretty much.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley? He actually knows how to do what I tell him to. He understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, my story. If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
This is what happens when you go down both paths. So if I went down right first and then after that saw that ending with the 8 run into the ground, I would have been teleported back in that space and been asked to go to left again. Been down the green room ending.
I need you to walk through the door.
And then after that, I would have been teleported up here.
Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important.
Yeah.
The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything. This is more important than you can ever know. I need this. The story needs it.
Yeah.
So, you hear me? Are you there? Are you listening to this? Stanley, are you there? Okay. It's okay, I can wait. You need time to decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice.
Yeah.
That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do. Take as much time as you need.
Yeah, that's when we end up realizing that the narrator needs Stanley, and Stanley does not exist without the player. The narrator hates us, but the narrator needs us and cares about us as much as the narrator does hate us. Angry Man? Yes. I am a child, yes. Angry Man having a crisis? Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I don't quite remember the exact order.
Just a step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Yes. Ah, here it is. I know where the third one is.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Bean, I assume you know what I'm doing here.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm confused.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
I was unaware that there was 5. I thought it was only 4. Here we are. I don't remember what it does. Here we are. Open to heaven. Sadly, we can't see if the buttons do anything because slowly and surely they all gain their color back. What happens when you press them all? This. Welcome to heaven. Oh, what do you mean press all the buttons here? As far as anybody's aware, nothing. That gets really loud. Yeah, there's nothing we can do from here. We're just kind of stuck here. But as far as we're aware, none of those buttons do anything. But I don't think anybody's been able to actually check because the buttons, you know, gain their color back, so it's hard to keep track. But knowing the gaming community, I'm sure someone would have figured out that, yeah, they all do nothing. I think I just have access to that at any point now, which is kind of fun.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it?
What?
Is this Stanley's office?
Oh, yeah. I've never heard that before. I'm so confused. This is just...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That line of, wait, is this Stanley's office? I've never heard that before. That's weird. What? I'm so confused. Does that, like, lead down to another ending or something? I don't know. Now you've confused me. Okay, when I walked out of my office, the narrator said, wait, is this Stanley's office? Or, like, something's wrong, or, yeah. And I don't know. I had an ad, I missed it? No! Now I just look like a crazy person, no! Okay. Well, I'm assuming it's just like something that I've never heard before, I assume, and it's just like one of those starting things. They do change after all.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
They had never seen someone actually use that thing,
Yet
or
there
what
was
it's
not a
intended
single
for.
person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track. There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
I made a clip to go watch it. Okay. Yeah, that was weird. Okay, so you've never heard it before either. So, okay.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way.
I'm just saying.
As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Fabulous. Answering? I don't know.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yeah, it's my favorite ending.
Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
It's my favorite ending. That's the reason.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right?
The choice
If I'd
is to
said
stay here.
Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
That's true.
But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Came after you did that ending? That is a possibility.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path.
It is
Maybe
kind of.
when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
That's exactly
I
what
hope
I'll say.
your friends find this concerning.
Bean, the broom closet ending is my favorite.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Ow.
He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Is that? I mean, clearly other people inside the office are addicted
Well, I've come to a very
cigarettes, so-
definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
No, I'm dead. I'm alive.
You got to
See?
this broom closet, explored it a bit,
Crouch.
and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of
Yes.
before it begins to decompose.
Probably for the best.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead.
Yeah, they won't
They have
notice until
fallen
dinner.
prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
Bean, would you
it's
notice if I
indicative
died?
of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics
Yes.
and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming.
Of course.
So that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay. But yeah, Bean, would you notice if I died? It's actually a weird thing. I've been scared, like, what if I end up dying in some way? And then after that, I can't tell people online that I've died, and it just looks like I've ghosted everyone. I'd feel so bad.
Ah, second player.
Yes.
It's good to have you on board.
Yeah.
I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Okay.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to.
Okay.
A fish? Fungus? Look, you can
Fungus.
hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
As far as I'm aware, it stops there until I reset. I'm not gonna reset, it just like comes back if you end the game as well. So, we're gonna do what I find...
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
This is the, in my opinion, scariest ending. Like, it's scary to me. It sends
But
shivers down
Stanley
my spine
just couldn't
every
do
time.
it. He considered the possibility of facing
Just
his
at
boss,
the ending,
admitting
when
he had
2v4.
left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
Oh, the
And in
clocks
such a
are off.
competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy.
Yeah.
And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy.
Yeah.
All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense.
This is a reference to
And
how
as
Valve
Stanley
can't
pondered this,
count to 3.
he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh no.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Yeah.
Were they simply repeating?
No way.
No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
Of course.
Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he
Oh, sorry, that
remaining
behind
so
on chat.
lucid?
I
And
just don't
then
want to
perhaps
interrupt
the
him.
strangest question of them all
Like I'm doing
entered
right now.
Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating
question.
everything that I'm doing and thinking?
Yeah.
Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley,
Yeah.
who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd, and
Yeah.
wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was
No.
Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream.
Yeah.
Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? Yeah. How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it.
Yes.
He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up.
Okay.
He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream.
Okay.
I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
This is where things get scary to me.
I am
It made me, super scared as a kid.
Stanley began screaming.
Yep.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black. This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life.
Yep.
She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She just ran from the dead body. Can we just talk about that? I think people are willing to put off a meeting over finding a dead body. Whatever. Is it really? No, my favorite ending is probably the confusion ending. And I don't know about any endings that may or may not have come into existence inside the Ultra Deluxe, but in the original game, 100% the confusion ending was my favorite. But I do find the whiteboard ending and the broom closet ending very funny. You'd feel bad as you were not alive. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Bean. And yes, exactly. I would feel bad while I am not alive because other people would think I ghosted them, and that... Yes. That is exactly what I am saying. Floaty Man, yes. Also, hello, Rock. Welcome back.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You gonna get some too? Okay. Hope it tastes good. So sad, yes.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You know, originally I had this mindset of like going from the left, like all the way from the left to the right. But at the same time, it's
Yet
like,
there was not a single person
so many
here
things.
either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh no, no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
I don't remember if the narrator ever says anything. Again, I don't think the narrator does. I'm pretty sure even if we leave, close the door, and then come back. Yeah, still nothing. The narrator's basically done with us, with the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The bathroom. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money. Crispy. I've only seen this like once or twice. There was almost like no content about this room and like its existence. I think you can also... You can. Yes. Huh. Going up. Room empty. Not a lot of it's fine. Yeah, I've only seen those 2 rooms, this one and that other bathroom one, like once or twice, because there's almost no content about these rooms. I don't know why, but yeah, I love this game. The idea of so many endings. Like, we've all seen games with like 2 endings. Like that sometimes happens, or games that they feel like they have a lot of endings, even though you're just like continuing your gameplay. But you almost never see games like this where there's just so many. Where does the elevator go? I don't remember if it goes anywhere. I might be waiting for nothing. Okay. I think it just like waits for us to click that again. Okay. Well.
Stepping into...
Oh. I broke the doors. Anyways. I did that on purpose. I didn't mean to break the doors, but I did mean to walk in and walk back out. To a hallway, yes. We just go back where we came from. It doesn't go anywhere. It just kind of like sits there. I do want... Okay, so... I swear to God. This ending was broken before in the original game. So... I just wonder if they fixed it in the Ultra Deluxe. Because there was supposed to be like an animation that showed up, but we just couldn't see it. Yes, the narrator's just kind of like gone. Yeah, there was supposed to be like an animation or something that showed up, but it just didn't work when the game came out, and it was never fixed. So I'm hoping that in Ultra Deluxe they fixed it. Creepy. It's also weird that the outside rooms, I'm pretty sure, don't change at all. Because it wasn't just 7:30 and then here, or 4:30, sorry. 4:30 there. It'll probably be 4:30 again up here. Yeah, it does not change at all, which is kind of like weird and semi-creepy. Escape launch room, okay. Entering the escape layout player once triggered can be disabled or paused. The narrator be present in order. Yeah, the narrator must be present to escape, or it will not go as intended. Not proposed. Do not proceed and do not. Okay. Yeah. So if we do not have the narrator with us, and we don't, the narrator is not speaking at all, we will die. Or at very least it won't go as intended. Yeah. So we shall see if the animation is fixed. If not, then you'll just see like a little bar at the bottom. Or there just won't be there won't be anything. Okay. It's
the meeting room.
They fixed
yes,
a
that's
problem.
where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Yes. They fixed a problem, but not the problem. Kind of
When
weird.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, Rock, have I asked you how you're doing today?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to
Just
his
as done
boss's
with us.
office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number,
Never be alone again.
2845.
Now, there is
But
another...
of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Yeah, the narrator just told us, though, yeah. But there is this another secret code that I don't know, but there is one other code that I am aware of. 8.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was
Boom.
2845.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but I got an achievement for the letter 8. You have to say that, you have to press the letter 8 times.
2845.
No. I'm weighing you out.
Forgot, but it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself.
How
and Stanley
weird.
got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
That's funny. I pressed up and then it just kind of went down. Anyways. Never be alone again.
Descending deeper
Hopefully.
into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
Yeah.
It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Yeah. Sparks.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Not going down escape just yet.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
Look at that little
What
thing right there.
horrible
You will
secret
see
did
that
this
again
place hold?
in another
Stanley
ending.
thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah, that little what do you call this thing? Cakewalk, I think? At the top there. We will see that again inside the confusion ending. So.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them,
Wait a second.
eternally monitored in this place where
Stanley is
freedom
427.
meant nothing.
There we are. Employee 427. Look at that screen right there. There's our room. We were being watched all along. Oh no. Oh.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome!
Yes.
You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013,
New.
getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development.
Yes.
And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you.
Yes.
Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So
Yes.
here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave?
That's not
New content?
This is not what
Always
I meant.
more content, more content, more.
Yes.
And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this section. You won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are.
Thank you.
We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
This is not what I meant to happen, but I am so happy
You did it.
that I did that.
Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job. You made it to the bottom of the mind control facility.
Yeah, this is so cool.
Jumped on the catwalk.
There is no...
Should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's an ending.
Now it's an ending.
I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. Railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. 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 Good job, you did it.
Is this on
Good
Spotify?
job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it.
I'm checking Spotify later for this. It better be on there. I am adding it to my playlist. Speaking of, I never actually started music. Yeah. I'm
All
gonna
of his
try and do that
co-workers were
again.
gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps
And do
he
what
had
I
simply
actually
missed a
intended to
memo.
do? Yeah. Yay! A different office. This just kind of happens sometimes. Sometimes the office just like changes a little bit, and I like it when that happens. It's
When
completely
Stanley
random.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So cool. Praise song. You can probably find on YouTube for sure. Oh yeah. I just want to add to my playlist though.
The moment he
Blocked
entered
up
his
room,
manager's
yeah.
office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere.
Yeah. What was it
Could he
again?
really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to keep going. Here on the floor, he lay prone,
I remember the code.
paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to move about and survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically,
close as
nearly
2745.
yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing.
Yeah.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Now let's try this again. Hopefully not fall down. Although I am happy that I fell down that time.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Bean, do you have any idea what I was trying to do there? Because I've only
The
seen this
lights
once or twice
rose
as
on
well.
an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I'm just curious if you know what I was trying to do there.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
I don't know. Okay. Did it. Oh, was I supposed to stay on the wall? Oh, am I locked in? Aw, man. Okay. Ads. Ads done. Cool. Okay. Well, what I was planning on doing, I guess I'm not
Stanley
gonna...
knew the office layout
do
like the
it?
back of his hand. It was only a matter of time before he found the others.
I'll give it
wherever
one
they
more
were.
shot.
Just a matter of time.
It's just it takes so long to get there. Is there a way I can, like, save? I don't know.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
Probably should know
doors,
these things.
he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase,
sure, like, Stays
Stanley
boarded
walked
off
upstairs
for the
to
rest of
his
the game, which
boss's
is funny.
office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What? Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible,
Yes.
he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Yes.
That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Of course. I don't know what I'm doing either. I just want to see if this does anything.
Feeling soothed and
moving
rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
One more try. If I don't do it, then we'll do another ending. Wish you could run, yeah. I also wish I could jump. It's weird because inside the controls it said I could jump.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind
And it's
Control
like,
Facility.
'cause I don't think I've ever seen Stanley jump. Like, ever. I could be wrong, but...
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself.
That's not far
Did he
or
have
anything?
the strength to find out?
It's odd because this is a thing that I'm pretty sure was inside the original game.
Now the monitors jumped
But
to life,
apparently
their true
the
nature revealed.
falling off thing was a
Each bore the
glitch.
number of an employee in the building,
Like,
Stanley's
see that one coming?
co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay. Dang it! Okay, we're done with that. I'm just gonna continue that storyline from where it's actually supposed to be. What if I press this? Nothing, okay.
When Stanley
actually gonna,
came
like,
to a
go with
set of
that
two
ending
open
now.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Around his empty office would be funny. Yes, it would.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Yeah, we've heard it before.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm pretty sure at this point it just says, just go.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah,
Yep.
blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
Yep.
Quelle surprise.
Yep. Thank you very much. Press the entire keypad at once to jump. Okay. Okay, so what was I planning on doing was when we reach that room...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, we know. So I click the light button, and I click the camera button, and if I would walk on the little walls of the cakewalk,
The lights rose on an
make my
enormous
way
room packed with
make my way
television
back
screens.
into this area,
What horrible
and press
secret did
the
this
lights
place
button
hold?
again.
Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Once the light button goes off again, what would happen is a little party thing would end up going. And, like, all
Now
the
monitors
screens would
jumped to life,
turn like rainbow.
Their true nature revealed.
Like,
Each
it was-
bore the
it was
number
really funny.
of an
Fired.
employee in the building.
Can we just talk about that real
Stanley's
quick?
co-workers.
How some of the
The
people were
lives
just
of so
fired.
many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place
Fired.
where freedom meant nothing.
Wait, what? Why are you... Why do you still show a screen?
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
That's just a screen. There's nothing on it.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
It's weird
For
that I haven't seen
he
any, like, much
would
new yet.
dismantle the controls once and for all. Oh, Stanley.
That's right, I just did that.
You didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
But it was
Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
Yeah.
That this video game can be beaten?
No.
Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along.
Nope.
It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Oh, Lynn's here. Okay, this room confuses me. Yeah. What in the Black Mirror? Is that a movie or something? I don't know what Black Mirror is. But hello, Lynn. How are you doing today? I am playing the Stanley Parable, a game with many, many endings. And it is so much fun. I've been wanting to play it for years. Why is this man just degrading us? Because it's the narrator, and it's the job. It's his job. Do you quite enjoy the music in the back? Yeah. Timeline? I think it died. What died? What died? I'm confused. Huh. Stream is fine, okay. There's actually an entire Prey song if you fall all off the mind control room. Yeah. Interesting. Stanley died.
Already
Oh,
this was
okay.
uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
I think I just found one, actually. 417.
Oh, and I guess this is where Stanley felt he needed to be right now.
Yeah.
In this little hallway. Here, with no distractions, to study room 417.
Yeah.
Not to actually enter it.
No.
No. That would be far too forward.
Exactly.
Stanley wanted to know it from the outside.
Yeah.
To see it not just with his eyes, but with his heart. He would know room 417 as no man or woman had ever known an office before. That ladder over there. Oh, and that little picture of a horizon or something. It's all just a never-ending parade of joy for Stanley.
Yeah. Does it? I don't think it continues. Aw. Okay.
Ah, no, apparently not.
All right.
When
I know if it
Stanley came
continues
to
there.
a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
With this does look like a pretty interesting game. It is. I really enjoy it. Okay. Y'all ready for the confusion ending?
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art.
Or I could stay
What
here.
was it about this room
Not yet.
that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Yes, I do.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
All ready for this? Na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Okay, yeah. This actually is my favorite ending. It's so much fun. Confusion ending.
But
Let's do
Stanley
this.
didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Also, I'm glad you're doing well, Lynn.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake.
Yeah.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
'Cause
What
it's never to
was
the
I
right.
thinking? It's clearly... Oh,
The
dear, would
narrator
you hold on for a minute,
always says
please?
it's to the left. Even now, he's going to say it's the
Now, let's
left.
See, we went
of
down,
2 doors.
Right, left, down, left, right. Yep. Okay. Yes, I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
You see, even between these 2 doors, it still chooses left. Also, that other corridor just like leads nowhere. See?
No.
Told you the cake hawk
This
would
isn't
come in
right
handy.
at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
No.
Okay. We just
don't know what's up with
like
that one
to,
screen.
Oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll
it's
just
not numbered,
restart the
that's
game
why.
from the beginning. And this time, suppose
That's
we
just
don't
a
wander
room, it's a
so
meeting
far off
room.
track, Okay, from the top.
Oh no, I just knocked some things over. A second. Now, I do wonder what happens if we go down, like, another path from here. Like, what happens if I close my door?
All of his
But-
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yes.
When Stanley... Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay, Lynn, I will show you what happens when you do the opposite of everything. after this one, although this will take a while. Yeah, Bean, this is not the ending where you do everything the narrator says to do the opposite of, because remember, the narrator told us to take the door on the left that leads to the elevator, because it leads back to the other path as well. But we just, you know, here we are, back where we came from.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay. Yeah, this does take a while, but I will show you what happens when we do the opposite of everything eventually.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
That one's an interesting
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, yep, it's worse.
Yep.
I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from.
Maybe.
Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Yeah. This is one of the long endings. I think this is the longest ending.
Aha! I knew we'd missed something.
Yeah.
The story. Here it comes. No, wait, never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Of course.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all.
Nope.
Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
No, I don't think so. I think this is right.
Do you remember, Stanley?
The door is
Well,
gone.
you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
I win!
Congratulations!
Oh yeah. I'm better than
I know
all
put
of
in a
you.
lot of
I'm
hard
the
work,
best.
and
I'm
it
number
really paid
one.
off. So,
how many
good
people can
job.
say they won?
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Excuse
Some
me.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations.
Excuse me?
Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
You're back? Okay, see you. See you, Rock. Okay.
All
here we are.
right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Trademark.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
You can't see the trademark here, but it was inside the little things in the text if you saw that. The, whatever you call those things.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Yep. Even when you just say the line, it's trademarked, and I find it funny. Yeah, we're leaving it up to the line. The line always leads you to the story, so follow it.
You
Yeah,
see,
boxes.
the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction.
Of course.
Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Okay.
Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know
Follow the
what?
line.
I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
This is a reference to a movie series. I don't know what it's called. I'm sorry if the music's too loud.
cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
Subtitles, yes.
Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
The line, yes, the line is the favorite character. This is a character I decided is my favorite character. Look at it. Yeah, analyze it. You guys all got it memorized? If you need to, take some screenshots. It is very important. This is a very important fern. Remember it. Do not forget the fern. Okay? You remember it all? Good.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
No.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
This man is going into some weirder rant that I do not understand. Yeah. Adventure music? Yeah. It's loud. Yes, I'm sorry.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right?
Adventure line
Why
trademark.
can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Yeah, I just like how it's like the Stanley Parable when they say that it's not trademarked.
This
but the
is
line
exciting.
trademarked.
Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
You guys
What do you
notice
want
anything
our story to be?
weird?
Go wild. Use your imagination.
Anything a little
Whatever it might be,
strange that just
Stanley,
happened?
I'm ready for it.
Okay.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
But it's my favorite
no lines or
character.
monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine. Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think.
Anywhere they go would be
Just
their
walk in
destiny.
circles for
Yeah.
a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here.
Yes.
And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin.
Yes.
So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
Of course.
Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
So he went with the right door because it's different from how it usually is, and then he asked himself, does the right door lead to where we're going? It is, because obviously, wherever we're going, anything leads to there. But they actually go to the same place. But yeah, but... let's look at this real quick. Okay, so, before we actually continue on the story, we will end up saying that ending schedule, narrator restarts the game. So, we can end up seeing that the confusion ending should continue. We see this confusion ending schedule, the narrator restarts the game, that does happen, then the narrator should forget about the previous restarts. Then Stanley attempts to play the story, but it's prevented. Unable to go anywhere or do anything, the game restarts on its own. And then after that, find the line again, begin following the line, find the identical replica of the office, but it begins to deteriorate. Attempt to make up a story. Narrator restarts the game. 7th restart is there is no longer an office, simply black space. Wandering in the blackness. Find a bookstore. Get bored and leave. Narrator restarts the game. Then the 8th one, the narrator is gone. After a long time, Stanley dies. That is what should happen inside the confusion ending, but instead, this happens.
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending.
Yeah.
You're telling me
You see that
that's what
everything's
this
listed
is?
off.
It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
Yeah.
That's really how all this goes?
Here's where we
It's
are.
all
Find the confusion
determined?
ending schedule. This.
So now, according to the schedule, I restart again.
Yeah.
And what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
Yeah.
No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped?
Yeah.
Does that mean, did we do it?
Notice how the
Did we
narrator
break the
just said that
cycle?
on his own.
The,
he
whatever
didn't
it
need to
is that
start
made this
saying
schedule?
it. He just did. Because
How
that's
would
what
we even
narrators
know?
do. They narrate.
Will someone come for us?
But he didn't know it was coming
something
up.
happen?
He just said it. It's weird.
So, okay.
I don't know if that clock is accurate, by the way. It could be. It
I
could
guess
not
now
be.
we just wait.
I don't know.
You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if
If someone
they're in
wants
the
to check later and,
destination
like, do
or
a
the
stopwatch
journey.
type thing, you
They're
can go right
always
ahead.
saying that life is about
Please
the
tell me
journey
if you
and
do.
not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now.
Yes.
We'll find out, won't we? Eventually.
2 hours and 7
Well,
minutes.
in
Wow.
the meantime, if you...
Yeah, loud noise. Sorry. Circular clockwise. The entire game is based around the direction left. Yes, exactly. I think it's accurate. Not sure. Yeah, but see,
all of his
that's where the
co-workers
confusion
were
ending
gone.
ends.
What could it mean?
It just.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
It's
Perhaps
weird,
he had
right?
simply missed a memo.
But you guys remember when it said on the thing that the line would come back, right?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
It comes
just
back.
to admire it.
That's what's weird. Inside of, after the confusion ending, this is not normally here, the line comes back after you complete the confusion ending. And you can't follow it. It's weird, right? It's really weird.
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness.
Yes.
Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again.
Wow, okay.
Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two. Now it's only half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
Yeah. Did they remove that? No! They removed it!
Yes. Really, really worth it being here in the
Man.
room.
I could've sworn we
room
could, like,
so
lock
utterly
ourselves in here.
captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Yeah.
Really worth it.
Yeah. Obviously. Cold drink. $1.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Yeah, what was that? Sorry, it was just like a thing. It's like in the game. I want to follow the line. I really want to too.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue.
Yeah.
But when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Let me read chat first. Yeah, there is someone on YouTube who has, like, broken the game a little bit and, like, broken the door and then followed the line. It doesn't lead anywhere and, like, makes me mad. Because there's even an ending, you've probably seen it being, where if you, like, try to hack the game will have, like, a hacker ending, and it'll, like, punish us for trying to hack the game. I feel like there should be another, like, it's aware that hacking is a thing, so why not have a path of where you follow that line again? Bam, depression. Want to go see our friend the line? Yeah.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
I already have. Yeah, so now we're
Stanley
gonna
was
just...
so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Yeah, so technically, I mean, if we're just saying defy everything, I guess it would just be like, don't leave our office, which is the first ending I did. But yeah, but we went through the right door. We did not go to the left. And now...
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Don't listen to the narrator?
Really?
Yes.
I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want
What?
something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I didn't know that was there. I was completely unaware that it was there. The line's there, y'all. What? I'm so bad with directions. Anyways, but yeah, like, I didn't know that was there. Jump, jump, jump. Trust me, I want to, but this dang railing... Fine, fine. Back in... Dang. I didn't know that was there, though. I've never seen that before. Like, inside of videos, there's no... Which is weird because people have noticed the line comes back in other places, but there, no. Never. That's odd.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
You have to come back next time for the line. Yeah, I doubt it's gonna be there, though. So, walk through the red door. So, we defy what the...
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Yeah, I'm doing what Lynn said.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Bean?
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you.
Bean, you know how Cat's colorblind? I don't know what colorblind Cat is, but you think we could get Cat to play this game and just, like, be confused on which one's the red door? Anyways, yeah, follow the blue door.
You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map, because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
I have no
Broken
idea where those
rooms,
cakewalks
exposed
come
developer
from, if
textures.
they do.
Is this what you had wanted?
I don't think there's anything
Was it
that could
worth
lead there.
ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Okay.
There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Okay. Come back to the next... Yeah, I will come back and see, just to see, but I'm pretty sure it's gone. Funny, he's so passive aggressive about you not listening. Yeah, the narrator gets really mad. But we see inside another ending. Lynn, you kind of missed it. But there's an ending where we see that the narrator needs us. Like, the narrator cannot handle not having a player. Cats are mostly red-green colorblind. Okay. Well, that kind of takes away the purpose of blue door. But what... Oh, well. Cat is also colorblind, I think. He's blue. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not going to choose the third option, no.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
The narrator reacts differently depending on what we're doing. I'm not going to come back for every single one of them, but we're going to choose a 3 because I find it funny.
Oh, of course. A 3. Really?
Yeah.
Maybe next time we can get you to form an actual opinion, you know? Any level of critical thinking or engagement with your surroundings. Does that sound good? Think we can do that? Yes?
1 would mean we hate it, 5 would mean we like it.
Wonderful.
There's 3 in the middle. It just means nothing.
Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
The Stanley Parable Worldwide Leaderboard. Okay. Doors open. It's attempted. Steps taken. Ooh. 21% of players skip the intro sequence. 3% of players choose the blue door. Oh, we're on 9,328th place. That's cool. Alright. Steps taken, you can see how it's like rising. Yeah. Anyways. I'm gonna take the third option this
Now,
time.
would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
Absolutely.
Again, honest answers, please.
But it's funny if I say that I hated it.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
I forgot that
You
the
wouldn't
narrator
mind taking a
reacts
look
in
at
that
it, would
exact
you?
way every time.
Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this
Here's the game.
the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right.
Yes.
And if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life.
There's also a loud
I think the
noise
art
when
world
we-
will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear
we press
once
the
you've been
button.
playing it for about 4 hours.
Yeah.
So why don't you give it 4 hours of
4
play
hour long
to
game,
make
yeah.
sure it's effective. Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Yeah, see here if I... This goes on for 4 hours. I'm not gonna do that. But there's a point in the like 2 hour mark or something that there's another button that comes up to save a dog. Kill the baby.
You heartless bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me?
What do you think?
Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game, just to ease the pain? Let's see. What do we have here?
I think my package just got here. Ooh. 1 minute,
Yes.
yeah.
This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
No one's clicking the button for that long. People have done it though, and there is an ending. It's just a really stupid ending. What?
Ah, fascinating.
It's changed.
What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's
I don't
our
know. I don't
backstory?
know this
What is
game.
our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower.
That seems
Perhaps
about
for
right.
some sort of twisted erotic purpose.
Yeah.
Yes, that must be it.
Yeah,
What a
makes sense.
fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more.
Does anyone know what this
Come,
game
let's
is?
venture outward and see what else is out there.
Okay, so this game was not. This is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, Lynn, since you aren't aware. So it's been updated and things have been changed. This is one of the things that have changed. Before we would play Minecraft. Now we're here. We play Minecraft and then Portal. Now we're in this game. I don't even know what this is.
No, it can't be.
Guess I'll follow the path.
It is. It's an open world game.
Yeah.
Good God, quickly block it off.
No!
Thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay,
Funny,
I'm going
because
to get us out of here.
technically
Let's
Stanley
find
Parable is
another
kind of like an
game.
open world
Preferably
game with all the
something with
different paths.
walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
Yeah.
Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
What are these games?
Wonderful.
This looks...
See,
Oh,
this is
it's Rocket
exactly
League.
what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design.
Can I walk on walls
Stanley,
here?
if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here?
Well-
Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball?
Yes.
Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together. Yes,
I don't know
think surely
sports,
we
man.
must. Okay, Stanley,
But
here's
even
the
I know that's
ball.
wrong.
Have fun.
Oh, I'm going faster, just on my own.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
Yeah.
Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on?
Actually, no.
Stanley, I have a thought. And I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to
Dirty
try it
jokes
out.
out of that.
Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Yes.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
Yes.
Are you having fun? Is this a real... Hold on. What are you doing? Oh! Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Okay. This is what ends up. This is the ending I was expecting eventually, but I was not expecting to like just fall through the level that fast. Okay. This is a rundown version of one of the betas. I think this is actually like one of the original betas of the game. It's just, it's really, really run down. Huh. Because the original game was a mod of Half-Life 2. Yeah, this is where the original thing was. Yeah.
I wonder what he found.
Yeah.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now.
Yeah.
I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world.
Yep.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way.
Exactly.
Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back.
And it's never
The
the
end
end.
will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Okay, I think I missed a lot there. Fun for that long? So, result on YouTube. Wait, what? What? Absolutely, that is the ending. The pedophile ending. The narrator actually did call us a pedophile when we played the demo. I love open world games, yeah. Whole point, I love it. Yeah. Package was delivered, but never has been shipped. Interesting. He isn't here either. Oh. Stanley can finally run. Yeah. Are you winning, son? This, okay, yeah. We escaped. We found Heck. Yes, we did. Yeah, I don't know what happens if we just, like, stayed there for longer.
What could it mean?
I'm assuming there's
Stanley
nothing.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hopefully there's nothing. New content.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Yeah. Bean? Lynn? Everyone? I found new content! If you could see the smile on my face. I'm excited. I'm like a child on Christmas Day.
Hello, and thank you for playing The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, The Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yeah.
After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
That's what we're playing right now.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
I'm so excited.
Please, step inside and see what thrilling new adventures await in The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
Yeah. Okay, so when we started the game, it asked us if we had played Stanley Parable before. I'm assuming if we pressed yes, then it would just give us access to that thing right away. I said no, because I haven't. But I'm assuming once we get enough endings, it shows us this. And that is so cool. Oh, yes, the horror movie content. Into the Unknown. Yeah.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
This is gonna lead to like some big joke or something, isn't it? It's not gonna move.
Is it broken?
Oh, that's awesome.
What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
It's gonna be like some secret or something, I know it.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if, Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
It took years to make, so I'm assuming there's new content, right?
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
We've never seen Stanley jump before. I am pressing jump, it's just I'm also crouching. That's funny. If I move out the circle, nothing. I can jump again. I can't jump anymore.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Who knows?
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is
Horror
new
movie
content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there.
That's
Hell,
true.
I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good.
Okay.
Yes. I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it.
This is
I'm
insanely
ready
exciting.
for whatever it is.
You see, when I'm saying it's insanely exciting and stuff, I'm not joking. Like, I can tell that you're being sarcastic, Bean, when you say that, but I'm not joking when I say that is awesome. The new content.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see,
fine with this.
Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game?
Absolutely
And we'll
not.
try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks.
Absolutely
Just
not.
you and me having a great time together like always.
Of course.
What do you say, friend?
You are my friend. But, oh, I don't have a choice in the matter. Oh, I am so excited.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I
Okay.
want to show you something!
Okay.
Oh, you don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Ouch. It's a choice.
Oh, never mind. You're not a dork.
Thank you, I think. It's a fan. It's a cup and a wrench. A hole. This is insanely exciting, yeah. Twitter line, yeah.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well,
Well, I
it got me
liked it.
thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Y'all. What is this?
I call it the Memory Zone.
Okay.
It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
Okay. Okay.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched? Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Does it spin? It doesn't spin. Oh well. Our first kiss, my first car, the release of Stanley Parable in 2013. Yes. By the way, if anybody, wanted to give me like a drawing or something of this poster, I would not complain. I would put it up on my wall. I'm not even joking. I would put that on my wall. It's kind of like that one asset ending, or as people call it, the escape ending. Which means like that's like the first dollar they got. The demonstration that I have played earlier in the stream. is get this achievement. Go outside. Don't play for 5 years. Just dang. I don't know how much of this is actually real. I doubt like the newspapers and stuff are real, but I don't know.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph
Isn't the
of
Stanley
games
Parable
journalism.
religion?
10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com.
Yeah.
James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley?
Yeah.
Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was
I'm not joking
Skyrim.
either.
It was Persona 3. It was all of them.
Yeah.
And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all.
It's so good.
It
though.
isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
It's good.
It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk.
I like it.
With an hour of new elevator content.
I liked it. I'm still enjoying it. You see, they could play Portal in the original game. That ending right there with the assets. I don't know if we'll have time to end up seeing that today. If we do, I'll go to it. But yeah, that's what this reminds me of, kind of. We could play Minecraft as well. Memory zone maintenance. Kind of reminds me of the demo with that. Person of the year. Off, on, the buttons. Them probably coding the game. The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com.
Okay.
The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect.
I mean,
It didn't need anything
90%
else. It
perfect.
didn't need new content.
Yeah.
It just needed to be left alone. To spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
But it's nice that you guys took the time. And Lynn, I know that this means absolutely nothing to you. You have no idea what any of this is, but just trust me, this is so cool. Like, I've known about this game and I've enjoyed watching this game, the demo, and the buttons, and I've just wanted to play this game. The Serious Room, right there. If we hack the game, the Serious Room, that's what we see. That's the room that I was talking about. That's the one ending I'll probably never be able to get because I don't really know how to do that stuff.
These were simpler times, Stanley.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't give to go back to have it all over again.
Ah.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no. Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they?
They weren't all perfect.
Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining.
Excuse me?
Funny?
Excuse
I'm not trying to be funny.
Okay.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art.
I took my
I
hands off the
suppose I could
keyboard.
write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Yeah. Unfunny, excuse me, the narrator is hilarious.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
I don't know what that word
You
means.
can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness.
I don't think
this
you
is
are.
actually quite shocking for me.
I don't know what that
I
word
always,
is,
well,
but...
to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with.
Yeah.
You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks are my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure.
You're not a failure.
Like I let these people down.
No.
Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
It was so good. It's still so good. Why am I talking to a narrator?
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening.
But it's funny.
I wish there was a skip button.
I'll admit that would be nice.
A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
I mean, to be fair, most
Not
of the
if
time...
it means we can strike these
you can just
negative
walk
reviews from the record.
continue.
Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I'll admit that a skip button would be cool, but I don't always want it. Most of the time I don't want it, actually. I don't want to press that button. I'm going to read chat first, at least.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it.
No.
It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered.
I
No
refuse.
more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit around waiting for me to shut up. Go ahead and make me shut up.
No.
Here, we'll pretend that I've just begun an interminable monologue, and it goes something like this. The story, and the choices, or what have you, and therefore, by becoming it is, so on and so forth, until inevitably, we all until the end of time, at which time everything all at once, so, now you see, blah 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 blah. We've eaten too much and it can't be just yet, no, until 245. That the logic of elimination working backwards, the deduction therefore becomes impossible to manufacture. It went on for nearly
have no idea what they're doing
10,000
this.
years, until just yesterday, here and there, forward and back, and never a moment before
memories
lunchtime.
related to the original
Can't
game? Yeah.
be. It's the only thing there is. How
only
many
reason I'm,
billions
like,
left
talking over this
until
is
so
because
much
the
more than
narrator-
forever ago?
the
Which is why
narrator's
I
just, like,
say
saying nonsense, really.
the story and the choices, or what have you, and therefore
No.
by becoming it is, so on and
It
so
repeats.
forth, until inevitably,
No.
we all until
Okay.
the end of time, at which time everything all at once.
It repeats, I have to press it.
Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description
Right
of
back
it,
into a
but if I
ramble.
had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by making no choice and saying nothing, are you not simply erecting in the sanctuary of time a monument to every person you've ever been, making every choice to which you've ever given your great gift of mortal and yet timeless thought? Or rather, do all of the choices you've ever made, in fact, make you more not this kind of person, and in fact do the very opposite? You see, it could in fact be both of these things at once, that you are both making choices and not making choices, and that they are both affecting you.
I do find this entertaining. I will resume the game. There are actually reviews and people got featured in the game. That'd be funny. Yeah. I honestly kind of hope that's what it is. That people just hated on the game and then got included in the update for the game. I'd find that hilarious. The accent, yeah. At first I thought it was Timeline. Yes. I don't think I can do that. There was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. Yeah, that's the best I can do. No, but I think I might back to my best. Okay, bye, Lynn. Even though you're, like, all the way gone. I know you're, like, all the way gone. I hope you have a good rest of your day anyways. Fun with the rest of the game. Thank you. Choice to not make a choice. Bye. Good day or night. Okay.
And not affecting you at the same time by virtue of the fact that you both are and are not making them. Okay, at first, I was leaning towards manifesto,
okay.
But now I'm going to circle around and slap the treatise label on this one. I think it has much more of a treatise vibe to it. But wouldn't you say that manifesto just has a much grander sort of tone? It has a mouthfeel that is rich with ambition and history. Ambitious history, if you will. See, now you've gotten me going back to manifesto. Heavens, at this rate, we're going to be here all day. Okay, look. I have a method for exactly this sort of situation, and I do find myself in this situation frequently. I'm going to say each word back and forth in repeated succession until I become sick of one or the other, in which case the word I am not sick of shall be the victor.
Okay.
It is an unimpeachable strategy, Stanley.
Yes.
It's rescued me from disaster in countless situations. All right, here we go.
They don't do anything.
Treatise. Manifesto.
You can do exclamation point gamble a certain amount,
Manifesto.
and then that's what you can do.
Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto. Treatise. Manifesto.
That's where we have to
Treatise.
skip.
Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating of their Steam review, or at least change some of the wording, perhaps. To be honest, I don't even know if one can change their review in the first place.
I don't think so.
I guess I should become better educated on exactly how Steam works.
That's funny.
Perhaps that would have been the smart thing to check on before I went about this whole exercise
That's
of making
true.
the skip button.
That's true.
Although I have to imagine that after seeing this exciting new technology at work, surely whoever it is runs Steam will instantly run out and implement a new feature to make it possible to edit one's review, merely because of this very situation. Yes, I think that's quite likely. Or perhaps they'll simply grant this particular user the ability to change their review, so that the feature is not widely abused. Look, I would even be okay with Steam altering this particular review so that it reads as something more beneficial.
Okay.
Something along the lines of, this game is the best game. Let me start over. How about this? From the ashes of depravity rises the phoenix of quality. How else to describe the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Such a revolutionary step forward in the lineage of one of the most beloved video game properties of all time. The additions and changes made to this expansion will surely resonate in the annals of the history of all media ever made.
Okay.
It is perhaps true to say that no mistakes are forever etched in stone, for the stone into which the Stanley Parable was carved has itself been transmuted, offering a message of hope to those who have ever erred in their judgment.
How long does
You
this go
are
on
not
for?
beyond redemption.
I have like
You may
15 minutes left
change,
of the game.
and you may become more, so
time to
much
play.
more than you were before.
I don't wanna
If
skip.
there is any message to be taken from the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, it is this. What a fortune, a privilege, a joy it is to have had such an experience. It leaves me hopeful that as a community, as a world, There is time for us to become our greatest selves, as great as we ever could dream of in our wildest, most ambitious visions for a brighter future. Wow. Now, Stanley, that's a review. It's perfect.
Yeah.
It's the perfect review. It's the review I've always dreamed of receiving. I have to read it again. It's simply too wonderful. I have to experience this just one more time. From the ashes of depravity. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
I'm sorry.
That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can
door's
ramble
gone.
on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we not press the button again.
Okay.
I think the skip button has been aptly demonstrated, and we can say goodbye to it and just... Wait, how do we get out of here?
Yeah.
Where did the door go?
Yeah.
Wasn't there a door that led into this room?
Yeah.
I do feel quite certain that there was one here before. How
Yeah.
else would we have gotten into the room in the first place?
Yeah.
I don't think one can enter a room without a door of some sort, or a window or something like that.
Unless
Do you
the-
see a window anywhere?
Unless
A
it was
porthole?
built around you.
A sufficiently large crack in the wall? I'll take any of these. All I want is for us to move on and to please step away from the skip button, to go anywhere other than the skip button.
Yeah.
There was a door here before, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I swear there was. Where did it go? Can you maybe just ram your way through a wall? Is there any possibility that you could, say, slam your body into the wall until enough damage is done for you to be able to leave? Please, I'll take any option at all. I'm asking you to work with me here. We need a door. We need a door of some kind. I can work with any kind of door as long as it can open and lead from one room to another. I'm going to step away for just a moment, and I'm going to try to find us a door. I don't know how exactly to remove a door and place it in a different wall, but I will find a way, I promise. You just need to not do anything. Don't press the skip button.
Okay.
Please do not press the skip button. Just wait here.
Okay.
Wait here for me, and don't press the skip button.
Okay.
Got it?
Yes.
Yes. Good. I'll be right back.
And I'm assuming I'll wait until it says 6:18 on my clock. If it turns to 6:18, I'm gonna press the skip button. I'm assuming there's nothing, but I don't know for sure. So how you guys both doing today? Are you doing well? Good? I'm not actually looking at chat. I know you guys are gambling, but also I find this like whole entire like setup hilarious. Like this is just funny to me. Of just how we just keep on skipping, and I was like, oh man, where'd the door go? You know, I'm great at gambling. Okay, it's 6:18, or on my clock it is.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours.
Oh no.
You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times, and there's no door, Stanley.
Okay.
There's no door. There's just you and the button, and if you keep pressing it, I have no idea what will happen. I have no idea how long I'll be made to sit here, and more than anything else, I don't know how to stop you from pressing the button again. I can't control anything in this room, Stanley. I can't touch it, and I have to believe, I have to know that sooner or later, no matter how much I plead with you, you're going to press the button again. Why would you? I've been thinking, and I don't know what I can do to convince you otherwise. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me to fix the problem? Why did Cookie Nine's opinion matter so much to me? I've never even met Cookie Nine.
Yeah.
I have no idea who they are.
Yeah.
What would it ever really matter?
Yeah.
But here I am. I'm fixating on every tiny negative thing that anyone ever says about me.
Yeah.
The merest mention of one of my imperfections, and I become as impetulant as a child, wild and impulsive. I can't help myself. I can't stop myself from lashing out with a vengeful fury to alter and to change and to break anything unbroken, if only it pleases this one person who made a single negative comment.
What matters is that you're
What does
getting
such
better.
an impulse serve? For whose benefit is this?
I don't know.
And here I am now, stuck in a room, waiting for you to press this button, and to become frozen in time, knowing that you're going to do it, and that I'm going to be stuck all alone, and that I had the power to prevent it all from happening, if only I'd held my tongue. It's all out of my control now. Just you.
Yeah.
Just your decision as to exactly when you're going to make me suffer,
I'm
to
sorry.
leave me all alone. Surely you will. I don't doubt it. Surely you'll press that button again, leaving me here. And surely you'll put your own desire to see what's next ahead of my need for company, for companionship. Surely you'll not be moved by my howls of fitful anxiety that you sit with me and just stay here. Oh, no, 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 I know you too well.
No.
You'll be leaving me. Oh, my God. And it's all because of those reviews. Those reviews that I couldn't get out of my head. I just couldn't ignore the negative feedback. Why was it so important for me? Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting here. Not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's just how it's always been, right?
Yeah.
Me talking and you saying nothing.
Yeah.
Would you think that it's exactly the same as always? Doesn't that feel like what we've already been doing? Me just talking? But it isn't,
guess.
Stanley. It isn't the same at all.
No.
It isn't even close.
Yeah.
Because I know you can't hear me once you push that button.
Yeah.
That's what I'm realizing now, Stanley.
Yeah.
I'm realizing that I needed to know that someone was listening. I needed there to be a vessel through which my words were moving. It was the vessel I needed, Stanley. Not the outcomes, not the
Yeah.
story. None of that matters anymore. I'll give it all up. I'll give up every branching path. I'll burn my story to the ground. One single thing I need, and God, I can see now that I need it more than anything, is to know that someone else is taking it in. These words that I'm saying, I need to know you can hear me. Because maybe, Stanley, maybe,
dot.
if you can hear me, then maybe it means I'm real. Maybe I'm not just a fiction.
Fire detector.
Was I scared of that all along? Perhaps. Yes. Perhaps I've been scared this whole time, that if I stop speaking, I'll slip backwards into the silence and be consumed by it.
I guess.
I can't be taken by it, Stanley. I can't lose myself in the stretch of emptiness between you and me.
Okay.
When you press that button, you're still right there, but I know you're so tremendously far away.
That's
And
the
in
first
those
half of the name.
moments, the emptiness folds itself outward in between the two of us, and I am suspended in its unyielding quietness. I can feel the edges of my reality curdling inward and decaying. I can tell that I am becoming less and less real. Yet to speak to you now, I am alive.
Yeah.
I am truly and completely here.
Just a second. I'm glad that you're doing well, Rock. I'm doing quite well. Pretty good as well, thank you. And yeah, this really does just lead back into his dependence on the player. He needs
I
the
am
player.
a being. I am someone. I am something. I am being listened to. I am being recognized. The emptiness between us has collapsed, and I feel right now like I am not a work of fiction. I feel as though I occupy space in this world again, and I have cast a shadow onto the wall. You see what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah.
You can see what this means to me.
Of course.
I'm so clear about it now, Stanley. I feel as certain about this as I've ever felt about anything at all. I feel renewed. I feel restored, and already I can sense the looming silence as you will press the button for the next time. What a terrible dread it strokes in my heart to think of it, to think of returning to such coldness. Come, let us sit in silence together here for just a moment. Let us anticipate it. Let us welcome it. Let us not run from it.
I'm sorry that it's taking so long, and I'm especially sorry that I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have left in the stream. I have like 6 minutes left. I think you're done.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had
Sounds mad.
so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you.
Technically, I have
To
just
begin
now.
with, there is only regret.
I just wasn't
There is
there.
only the turning wheel of missed opportunities. I felt nothing at all but regret for the longest time, Stanley.
I'm sorry?
Days, months. I lost it all in a blur of the deepest longing to undo the past. And when that feeling had begun to subside, what took its place is what I can only describe as the collapse of every moment I have ever experienced my entire life.
I really hope
all
this
of them
audio is still
collapsed down
entertaining.
into a single instant.
I'm sorry
In
if
that
it's not.
instant, I could see myself clearly, calmly, with a collected heart. It was an impossibly rich wellspring of both delight and disgust simultaneously. I was consumed by it. I could do nothing but wallow in it for what felt like an eternity, for what I now know was far less. You see, it was a revelation for me. It was unlike anything I had ever known. It was a space without consequence, without action or outcome. It was divorced entirely from the question of free will that you and I have squabbled over for so long. There could be no one ending, no singular outcome of events, not if all events existed in the same moment, and I felt freed. I felt unburdened by the need to manifest a particular outcome into being. I saw that I could allow myself to exist along all timelines, and that each of them
That's funny.
was simply a strand in the web of my being.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yes, it
The
was.
spaciousness, the equanimity of the moment, both singular and infinite. For the longest time, this was my experience. And then this moment passed, and the most unyielding fear I have ever known crept into my mind. And it is this sensation that I have been experiencing now for longer than I could have ever expected was possible.
Okay.
I have been waiting for you.
Okay.
Not that you might save me or do something to fix it, but merely to state for you the plain fact of this manner of existence. I wish you to feel afraid as I do, that perhaps one day this state of mind will consume you as well. Perhaps you will somehow, in some way, have to live as I do now, and I wish for you to know how excruciating it is, and for you to be in true terror of its eventual arrival. If I can only do this, only this one thing, perhaps it will bring me the smallest moment of peace in the darkness.
I'm sorry. Oh. I see. Okay. Fire detector.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point.
Yeah.
It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, "Entertain us." It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little thumbs-down review and make all of their pitiful demands. But then, "He's talking too much," they said. "First, he didn't entertain us, now he won't shut up." It's the inconsistency, it's the lack of accountability, it's the unwillingness to examine with an uncompromising heart the words that they are speaking into the world. As though there were no consequences for a lack of cohesion in one's assessment of others. But of course, absolutely anyone can leave a review. So here's what we get. We get these demands that seek everything and are accountable to nothing. We get a world where someone will say, "Oh, there should be a skip button. You should be able to freeze Stanley in place," while the narrator sits there forever and ever. We want all of this in the new Stanley Parable. We demand it. And then, because it was said, because it was spoken, now it simply has to happen. The most immediate desires, every single thing demanded by every person at every moment in time. If someone wants it, then it's a crime not to bring it into being. Have we been given to indulging every fleeting whim for no reason other than to do so? Yes! Yes, it seems that this is now the world we live in. It seems that we are a people living in such bleakness and discomfort with ourselves that our entertainment is now our lives. It has come to represent us. It absolutely must speak to who we are as people, because otherwise, without our entertainment, we have nothing. Without entertainment, we would have to face inward toward the cruel bleakness inside ourselves. We would turn to look at our deeper nature and find a resounding emptiness gazing back with unyielding aggression. And so because of this, we require that our amusements and our playthings and our flights of fancy be so impossibly captivating that they consume all of our attention, turn our heads completely away from the bleakness. In effect, we have demanded that our entertainment be the collapse of ourselves. What a pitiful reflection of humanity these entertainments are. What a shameful mirror to the human spirit they project. I'm not mad. I'm not mad about any of this. I'm at peace with it. I am the calm center of gravity around which these perversions hurl themselves. I am a waypoint for reasonable and collected discourse. They're the ones who are mad. They're the ones who couldn't stand the idea of me using my game to try to say something. Maybe they were just jealous of me. Yes.
Of course.
Yes, of course. They've been jealous of me this whole time.
Yeah.
They are mired in fear and
probably for the
insecurity
best,
and
known
cannot help
for a
but
while.
attempt to tear me down. What a sad state of affairs. When you read these reviews now, you can see it. You can taste the bitter resentment. And my, how good does it feel now to speak truth to these words, to finally allow these thoughts out, contained and managed for so long, neutered and sterilized. At last I am free to truly think, to feel. It must be that they were so discontent with themselves they couldn't help but leave a negative review on Steam. Perhaps it says far more about them than it ever said about me.
Yeah.
Perhaps the state of their psychological being was in such tatters, and my constitution and willpower are so ironclad in comparison. Perhaps it was this state that they sought some outlet through which to tear me down.
Yeah.
This, you can see, is clearly why they felt the need to expect that the game be funny.
Yeah.
That it be filled with yucks and whimsical humor, that it amused them endlessly from start to finish. But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes they
That's where we started. Water. Place is dripping.
The end is never the end, 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 is never the end.
I'm not gonna lie, the narrator's kind of scaring me. Yeah, it's dripping. You see? Water over there? You know, we were underwater before. This place was underwater. Oh, I see. Wow. What? Timeline. What's happening? Time. What? I mean, besides what's happening inside the game. But you guys are like... Rock. What is happening? Sounds are creepy. Oh. This is creepy. Was I supposed to? Okay. Hello, Laura. How are you doing today? Is that it? What? And what sucks is that that's where we have to end. I run out of time. Can I jump? I can't. Okay. That was a lot. Okay. Laura, I'm so sorry that you came in so late. That'd be cool. Yeah, I'm so sorry that I have to end up ending as soon as you come here. Time isn't very good at keeping track of time. No, I am not. Longer than 6 minutes time? Yeah, I'm 5 minutes past schedule. I really should end up ending. Good time, how are you? My time making it for the end of stream. Yeah. Okay. Is there anyone to raid? There is not. Okay. What? Yeah, that was so cool. Have a Todd day. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Or sorry, a Tood day, I guess. Yeah. Thank you guys for coming. I really appreciate it. Again, I'm so sorry, Laura, that I came in that you came in so late. Find a new person? I can try. Let me look at who's suggested to me. None of these people look too interesting. Maybe this person? Sure, we'll try this person. Yeah. Okay. We'll raid this person. I don't know who this is, but I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for coming.